Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is our very special Love Nest, a place for self-love, self-healing, and spiritual empowerment. Today's reading I am super excited to finally do. I will be channeling for your spirit guides. I'm going to be asking your spiritual team, how do they see you? What do they think about you? As my intentions are only to help each and every single one of you that feel guided to this reading, strengthen that relationship that you already have with your spirit guides. Hopefully, from this reading, you're really able to tap in with your own intuition and get some insight into how you can better navigate your unique human experience. So, before we get started, I want to thank you guys for always giving me sweet comments down below, for always sharing your personal stories with me, for reaching out on my website and always giving me that feedback and that confirmation, even from a one-on-one perspective. So, I'm extremely blessed and honored to connect with you each and every single day, and it's the highlight of my day, you guys. And I just wanted to thank you for loving me. Thank you for allowing me to express my creativity. Thank you for supporting me as we grow on this channel. And let's go ahead and jump right into the reading. I'm going to create 4 piles since we have a very large collective. All right, and then I'm going to leave them on the screen so you can connect more specifically with each individual pile. Okay. All right, Spirit, for pile 1, let's get the card for pile 1. I feel like this one wants to come out for pile 1. And so pile 1, you have the womb card, and we're going to put this one over here. Okay. And then for pile 2, let's see which card is going to come out for pile 2. Pile 2, you have the forest card. Okay, and we're going to put that here. Okay, and which one is for pile 3? I feel guided to take this one. We're going to do the animal. All right, and then pile 4. Perfect. Pile 4, we have, I think it's Aletheia. Correct me in the comments if I'm saying this wrong, but I think it's Aletheia. Aletheia or something. I feel like I'm butchering it. Forgive me if I am, but that's what I have. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull the cards a little bit closer. Again, pile 1, your card is the womb. Pile 2, the forest is your card. Pile 3 is the animal. And pile 4 is Aletheia. Aletheia? Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a minute to sit with the piles. And once you have decided which pile that you are specifically drawn to, and you feel as if you already have connected with the pile that resonates with you, you can go and skip ahead. In the description box, there will be timestamps specifically for each pile. And if you feel drawn to any of the other piles, there may be more messages inside of it for you. So, like I always say, trust your intuition. Even if you feel drawn to all 4 piles, you are always right. Okay? As this exercise is just for you to trust your own intuition. All right, I'll see you guys in your pile. Well, hello, pile one. If you chose the womb card, this is your pile, and we're going to be taking a look, pile one, to see how your spirit guides, how your spirit guides see you, how they think of you, and see things from their perspective in regards to your unique human experience. And I'm really interested to see what comes out in your reading, pile one. So the womb card is the first thing that I felt when I connected with your card, pile one, is creativity. Your ability to pour out so much love, attention to detail. Something about your energy, pile one, is very rich, is very vibrant. It could be very loud as well. And so the first thing that I felt was just a hunger to create, a hunger to really bring something into fruition. And so they see you as someone with a lot of potential. They see you as someone that is waiting to give birth to your new version of yourself. I'm hearing for some of you, pile one, there's a version of you that wants to be experienced. I'm also picking up on energy in regards to, I don't know if it's fusion. Okay, something about blood transfusions could be significant. They see you as someone that maybe is very like giving, like you're willing to donate or give your last to help people. They're describing you as a person that doesn't just see like color, or you don't see like if something is yours specifically. So like, let's say for example, you've had other people's children. You're that type of energy, pile one, that is willing to go get your nieces and nephews. You're willing to share with other people, and that's that overpouring energy. It's not in a bad way. It's like overpouring, like you're always giving. You're very generous. What you want for yourself, you want for others. And I don't know what this is right here in this card, but this was drawing me to like a lot of eggs, like really tiny eggs. That's what it looks like in the card to me, like micro size eggs. And then you have this pearl sitting like deep in the nest of it. So something could be very chaotic, pile one. You've had a very chaotic experience bringing things into fruition, pile one. They see you as someone you're resilient. You never give up. When you believe in something, you see it all the way through. Yeah, I'm picking up strong resilience energy with this card. So your spirit guides, they say you have a lot of fire. Okay, a lot of fire. So I'm really curious to see what exactly is going to come out in your cards. I'm hearing a song. Rain down on me, let your love. So you're very loving. All right, they see you as someone that's very loving. You would give your last for someone that you love. They're telling me that you're also someone that helps out panhandlers. So like people that are maybe on the highway or on the road and they have signs. I'm seeing someone hold up a sign. You're the type of person, if you have, if you have $10, you're going to give someone five. If you have a dollar, you give them 50 cents. You have no problem giving to other people. And you're not doing it because you expect to get something back in return. You're doing it because you feel it feels good to do it. So you have a deep relationship with earth. You have a deep relationship. Like something goes really deep for you. You were born this way for a specific reason. When you create a house or a home, you really work super hard to maintain that family, that structure, that home. You've had a lot of great loss as well. Like you've loved a lot, but you've also lost a lot, pile one. You've had a lot of grievances. Um, hmm. They're acknowledging that you've had your world turned upside down before. My condolences if you lost someone, pile one. It feels like losing someone that you may have like miscarriage. So if you have, lost through miscarriage, or you've lost a child or a loved one of any sort that you felt was your child, you could have been taking care of an elderly parent or taking care of someone in your family that you loved. And it feels like if I'm feeling like a real gut wrenching feeling from this reading from pile one, where it really runs deep as well. So your spirit guides are saying that you were born into a very specific type of family bloodline. And in this bloodline, there's something to do with the lining of like your foremothers. You bring a lot of light into the darkness in correlation with the feminine bloodline. Okay, the feminine bloodline that they're referring to, pile one, has something to do with kind of like hiding the women or hiding the light from other women in your family, like at a young age, like hiding them away. And so they're showing me where women in your family were, your ancestors were treated like just child bearers, people that have children not to be seen, not to be heard. And there's a lot of chaos in regards to what you can or cannot do. And so you haven't really been able to explore what you're capable of, but you, out of all your siblings, or you out of all the women in your family, you have this burning desire to really have a metamorphosis. Okay, like a phoenix rising, you have this burning desire to, like, my hands are heating up. You have this burning desire to like just heat up and finally come out and be who you are in wide open spaces around your family. There's something about you want to give birth to the new version of you. You have this burning desire because your spirit guides are nudging you to fulfill your life purpose. This is going to strip the lining from this type of karma or these types of lessons through masculine and feminine being repeated for future descendants. It's like you are healing your divine feminine bloodline. And you have incarnated in this particular timeline, in this particular bloodline, to shed light to a lot of things that have been keeping people closed off, it's giving me family, it's giving me mother nature, it's giving me like innocence. And there's so many that have come, and they've lost their hope or they've lost their way, but you incarnating, you bring about a new day. Whoever you are, Power One, it feels like you're not quite sure when is the right time to do it, because the longer that I'm staring at this card, the yellow ring around this black hole, around this black area, it's almost like it's getting bigger. I'm hearing a kaleidoscope. You see the world differently, Power One, for a reason. This has a lot to do with your life purpose. I'm also seeing marriage as well. You may be the first in your family to get married, or you were the first in your family to get married. I'm also seeing you've had to sacrifice like jobs. You've had to sacrifice your career to really take care of children, or to take care of the home, or to take care of the garden. There's something about you being kept put like in your place. You grew up in a bloodline where they keep you in your place. You stay in line, or this is where you feel restraint around the most. Because there's some rigidity, okay? The triangle here is making me feel like there's only one path for you. And in the middle of this one path for you, this one direction that you're being forced to go in, your spirit guides see that you want to break out of those restrictions, and you want to leave the perimeters of where you're required to go and do things totally different. Like, they see you as somebody that is on the verge of discovering your true essence. So we're going to get your tarot cards. We have the Five of Cups in reverse. We have the Four of Pentacles. And then we have the King of Wands in reverse. Your spirit guides say that you have worked really hard to forgive someone that hurt you deeply. I feel like whoever this person is that hurt you, they have done something to your womb. All right, your desire to give birth again, your desire to date again, your desire to, it's giving me a lot of fire here, Power One. You're completely over somebody that hurt you. Like, you've forgiven this person. You no longer desire to be with them, but you still share some type of tie with them, and it feels like the tie may be through children, memories. Okay. The Four of Pentacles is saying that you have worked really hard to, save and rebuild yourself, and to put yourself back together again. I feel like you have been really helping. Oh man, somebody I'm hearing, they're telling me is saying something about maybe your mother used to say, you'll never live under a bridge with someone, or you'll never You should never want to live under a bridge with someone or find yourself in a situation where the man in a relationship can't take care of you. And so you are struggling to take care of yourself and protecting a man that can't do it for themselves. There's something about you being able to see the hypocrisy. Like, you can see both sides of the coin, okay? You can tell when a person is sad about a person or a relationship that they lost. You can tell when someone is grieving. That's what I said, like, you're very giving. It's giving earth angel energy, where you can just simply see when a person has things that they're resentful for or they're holding on to. They're out of touch with their ability to rebuild themselves, so they lie about it. They like to keep up a facade. There's something about shame here. Somebody here feels like they want to hold on to you, or you're holding on to someone because it brings great shame to come from a broken home, or it brings great shame to lose everything and start all over again. But if this is you, Pile 1, with the King of Wands in reverse, there are some things that you have kept to yourself in regards to a child, because you don't want someone to feel sad. It's like your spirit guides is saying that if you're watching this and you are a masculine energy and you don't necessarily bleed or you don't have periods, okay, I feel like as if there are secrets that only you know about in regards to a child. Like, because the King of Wands is someone that's very deceitful. They have come to a place where they will lie to save their home. They will lie to save their marriage. They will lie to save their reputation. It's a lot to lose. But the moth in the background is a spiritual symbol for the spiritual realm, seeing everything. The spiritual realm has seen how tall someone has created a wall to ignore I'm hearing bloodstains, okay? The things that they have done to cover up and bury. It's like they're trying to plant flowers. They're trying to build a whole house, a home, and a lifestyle on top of something that's rotting, something that is lacking, because they've worked really hard to build to this point. They've worked really hard to save up what they have and to fix something. And now that they have it the way that they want it, with the 5 of Cups in reverse, it's left someone feeling in denial. Someone could have got somebody else, like pregnant outside of a marriage, because I am picking up a marriage. If it's not a physical marriage, it's a tie in connection with the womb, which means there are children involved, there's finances and assets involved, and your spiritual team has seen everything that someone has done for themselves, to save themselves, to salvage what they have. And as long as no one else comes inside of this tent, from this tent's perspective, they're living great. They're fine. So there's an illusion running in the center of this reading that your spirit guides can see. And it's harboring a lot. Someone is harboring something really, really deep rooted. And they've forgiven themselves to the point where they're unable to cry. They're unable to really feel right now. It's like someone has been very numb for a really long time, and they're unable to really feel the remorse behind a situation, because it's to a point where someone has lied to themselves so long, or been disconnected from their inner child so long, to the point where if at any given moment they stop believing in the structure that they built for themselves, in the illusion that they built for themselves, they feel like they'll break at any given moment. So it's easier for them to disassociate themselves from really being able to feel what the emotions are trying to tell them. And I feel like whoever you are, your spirit guides are letting you know, or confirming for you your own intuition. If you suspected something and you feel as if you pray to God that it's not true, but you feel as if it is true, and it makes you, like, it makes your womb hurt. It makes your, like, if something is festering on the inside. And though you may have forgave a person, I feel like there's someone in your energy, or this is you, where whatever's in that suitcase, whatever you hid in that closet, whatever you have buried deep within, it's like they know that you know. Someone has a spirit guide that may be a ancestor. The ancestor that I'm seeing here, it feels feminine. I don't know why I'm being drawn to a feminine ancestor. This may be a mother. If it's not a mother, it feels like a grandmother, Power One. And this grandmother is aware of the things, because for whatever reason, this King of Wands energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, is at a phase of the King of Pentacles, right? But in this particular picture, the Four of Pentacles in this deck is depicting a younger boy. So this may be someone's inner child as well. Someone may have lost a grandmother, a mother. And this spirit guide is witnessing like their grandson or their son really struggle with their roots, or the bloodline that they come from, because it feels like someone has said to themselves, like, they're over what happened to them when they were younger. They're over the emotional loss. They're over the things that was done to scar them and traumatize them at a young age. And so there's nothing to cry about anymore. They're tired of crying over spilt milk. So they've been recreating their life. But even though they've recreated their own life, it's like the unresolved issues have followed. And so your spirit guides, they see that you're trying to start over. They see that you're trying to move forward. They see that you're trying to start a new leaf. But something about the past, or something about an experience, or something that was done is unforgivable here. Or it feels unforgivable. Maybe that's how you feel about it. And I feel like you are meant to like change that. If you're a masculine energy, I feel like your guides are helping you to change the way the women in your family are treated. Change the trauma that happens at a very young age to that happened to you. Like you were the one that is supposed to stop the perpetuation of some type of trauma. But it feels like there's a bond between a masculine and a feminine where they share the same type of sexual trauma. Okay? So we have the Three of Cups. These cards are a lot bigger, so I'm going to have to create a lot more space. Okay. So there's something going on with a breakup here. Like I say, your spirit guides, they see that you're overcoming some type of breakup. They see that you're trying to do things differently. Okay? Like rearrange furniture, move things around your house. Just trying to change things up so you can open the space or open your home. Something about like you feel like you're unable to move or you're unable to get certain things going for yourself, and you feel like it's tied to something that you're keeping to yourself or that you haven't shared with anyone else. I'm also seeing your guides are saying that you're worried. It's like you're worried about someone finding out. You're worried about people talking about something. They see that you're really bothered by the things that are being said, or I don't know if this is like your mind playing tricks on you. But I don't think that is your mind. I feel like your guides want you to see that whatever you're holding on to, whatever secret here that you're trying really hard to keep a secret, it's like every time you try to build on top of this new foundation that you're trying to create for yourself, you're building it with the wrong type of material. Like you're not building it from a solid foundation from the ground up. You are taking what little bit you have and trying to turn it into something. But the real core work, you have numbed yourself from feeling any remorse about walking away from a situation, abandoning a situation, or caring about what people say. But the further that you run away from your past, it eventually catches up to you because you're creating the storm, you're creating the chaos. But no matter what your spiritual team, your spirit guides try to get you to see in regards to your choices, instead of you being able to see that it has something to do with your childhood, it has something to do with what you're harboring, what you're holding on to. This could be resentment. Spite as well. Whether you have a physical fleshly wound or not, you're still using that chakra, that's root in that sacral chakra where you're willing to do just about anything to keep something afloat, even if it's not working, even if it's unhealthy, even if it becomes toxic. It's like, well, I'll just pick up the sticks that fell and put them back together. It's almost like a walking empty vessel. But the only reason why this vessel is empty is because it had, whoever you are, they see, your spirit guides see that you had to turn off all your emotions and become completely self-centered, taking some type of secret to your death. This is the King of Wands in reverse, is pretty much willing to do just about anything to assure that whatever he has acquired for himself, that he gets the best foreseeable outcome in the end. Just like, if I lose my job, well, at least I have my car. If I lose this, if I'm unable to fix this situation, at least I have that. And so your spirit guides have kind of taken a step back, and they kind of have to let you figure out this for yourself. They have to let you save yourself. They have to let you learn for yourself, because you can't see how many you have hurt along the way. And so you have a trail of tears. This is also telling me high body count as well when it comes to a lot of sexual partners and creating a lot of chaos and a lot of soul ties with other people. A lot of people have cried over you, sleepless nights over you. And it does feel like karma, but this is someone that's refusing to accept a plight of experiencing any type of karma. They will take this to their grave. They won't see how they've sown this seed. They don't want to see it. And they will always blame it on someone else as being the reason why something is happening to them. It's like, oh, I bet someone else is trying to work against me to stop my car from working. I bet someone else is they're talking about me, so they're trying to stop my business from happening. Someone is extremely concerned about what is being done to them spiritually. And so your spirit guides want to communicate with you, because they too remember who you were when you were a young girl or young boy. They remember that version of you before things happened to you. And so all of this bad luck is stemming from someone's inner child being abused here. And it's given me a lot of sexual abuse at a very young, fragile age. And so someone is like guarding themselves. Yeah, look at this. Guardian. To the point where even your spiritual team that's trying to talk to you, they're trying to protect you, they're trying to illuminate something for you. It's like they're saying that you don't see that it's your spirit guides trying to help you see this about yourself. You can't see that your spirit guides are trying to tell you that you're walking this lonely path. You're carrying this toxic, this could be a parasite energy as well, but it's almost like whoever you are, you've become protective of the parasite, but you're unable to see that you're protecting the very thing that's not good for you. For some of you, if you're in a relationship, you may be protecting the very person that's not good for you, unable to leave that relationship. And it's like your spiritual team is trying to get you to connect back with your womb. Connect back with your nature. Remember who you are. Pile 1, let's see how your spirit guides see you. It's like a victim has become it's like a victim has created more victims. That's what I'm seeing here. Like serial dater. You were once a victim to other serial daters, and now you've created more victims. You were once abused, traumatized, abandoned, isolated, this void that you've created from. You were once a victim. And so, Pile 1, your spirit guides are saying, even though you have been a victim before, are you protecting? Are you guarding? Are you doing what you came here to do, which is to protect, guard, and defend the defenseless? This makes me feel like you're meant to be a guardian of those that share the same trauma wounds as you, not create more trauma bonds or more trauma wounds in other people because you've been hurt. You're supposed to be the defender, the person that can see when someone else is being mistreated. And so you do the opposite because you have the experience from your childhood experiences that scarred you, not scar more people, not encourage more trauma. And this is saying this is indirect trauma. This is just refusing to guard and protect and just escape, leave your body. Remove yourself emotionally and just say, oh, well, it has nothing to do with me. But a lot of the wound energy from this card is saying that you've built a paper house on a hill. And no matter how many times you keep cutting new paper and trying to build another house, the same structure will still fall down. Because the more that you try to save someone else, the further you become, the further you become to your own children. The further you become, the more emotionally detached you become to your own children. The more emotionally detached you become to yourself. So that self-sacrificing energy is being sucked up by someone else that refused to let you go anywhere, do anything. They monitor you. You can't work. You have to literally maintain a certain expectation. Walk on eggshells. But again, the more you become more and more detached from your feelings of knowing that this is a lost cause, knowing that this is not salvageable, knowing that, you've left your own creation unattended. You've allowed them to receive your scars. You removed yourself emotionally from feeling. And so now your spirit guides are witnessing things that you refuse to acknowledge or to see for yourself, and you've reduced it to mere gossip. It says shadow attributes, negative judgment of the physical world, excess pity. It's like someone saying they see you as someone that's given up. You've given up on your sacred journey to earth. You're supposed to be a monk or a nun. Not saying that you have to be an actual monk or a nun, but it's the attributes, right? Selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. When your spirit and your gut intuition, your womb cries out to you and tells you something is off, something isn't right, maybe I need to look into this. Maybe I need to figure out what's going on. Maybe I need to ask more questions. Maybe I need to stop ignoring the possibilities and make an excuse for it. And so someone has laid down on the ground and your spirit guides have watched you give up. And while you've been laying on the ground, the womb, the things that you've built, your finances have gone unattended and someone has been sucking from it. Your resources are being depleted and someone's been sucking from it. Your children have gone unattended and someone's been abusing or mistreating or creating more trauma. And so your spirit guides have saying that The things that people have said about you, you said, well, I might as well be it, right? The way people see you, you're like, well, I might as well become the bad person. I might as well be the bad girl. I might as well be the bad guy. But you came here, you went through trauma, so that way you could help other people be able to see their trauma, transmute their trauma, and to believe that a new life is possible, even though you've been through negative experiences, even though you've been misused, abused, treated, lied to, talked about. Your life purpose isn't, it's your life isn't over yet. You still have a sacred path. But this is a choice. Who you truly are and what you're capable of. And it may stem from losing a parent. It may stem from having great loss or just feeling betrayed and misused by a lot of people to the point where it's like, fuck it. But it doesn't have to be the end for you. It's still time. As long as there's breath in your body, you can turn something around. You can do the right thing. Can't see it coming down. I heard that song. I can't see it coming down my face, so I gotta let the song cry. And that's what I see here with the Five of Cups. I can't see it coming down my face, so I gotta let the song cry. You're gonna hear a song. Your spirit guides is going to bring you a song. They've watched lies, they've watched connections, and it feels like the truth is the only thing that's going to set Power One free. Your spirit guides can see that you want to be set free. You long to be set free. You want to move on from some type of secret. You want to move on from some type of situation. Mirrors. You could be dealing with someone that has the same trauma as you, and y'all may be mirroring the same traumas to each other. Okay, but the two of you have there's something about your trauma brought you together because you saw your pain. They saw their pain in you, and you saw their pain in them, which means you and someone else, y'all have the same traumatic childhood experiences in some capacity, and it brought you together. You bonded over it. You may have created children from it. You may have gone through certain experiences, but you have great purpose. Guard your energy. And so anything that you create in this world, whether it's a job, whether it's money, whether it's a relationship, whether it's your children, you are here to guard that creation. That is your life purpose. To see to it that whatever you create doesn't carry the same trauma bonds. So that's what I'm seeing for you, Power One. That is what I'm seeing. Your guides have been trying to get you to see about yourself. They want you to take a look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you living or are you just existing? Power One, I'm sending you lots of love, wisdom, and guidance on your journey. And I hope to see you in the comment section. I hope to see you in the next pick a pile. Your spirit guides want you to know that they are all around you at all times. Your deceased loved ones want you to know that as well. And they haven't given up on you. All right. Thank you, Power One. Welcome, Power Two, to your reading. We're going to take a look to see how your spirit guides see you and overall what they think about you. So if you were drawn to the Forest card, it's very interesting what I get off of this card. I feel like at first glance, right, a forest depicts muddled thinking, confusion, trying to find a clear path to clear terrain, right? Whether you're in the forest because you are on a hermit journey and you are kind of being spiritually drawn to disconnect from the grid, being spiritually drawn to kind of spend time with yourself in solitude. Those are some of the things that would draw us to a forest, right? The forest to me also can be a place of worry, panic, confusion, not really knowing how to see clearly to the other side, especially if you have a destination in mind. This it looks like an emerald. Okay, so you could be really drawn to this. You could be a Taurus. This gives me an emerald type of energy. I'm not if you can see it here. It looks like an emerald. It doesn't look like a spaceship. It looks like an emerald. All right, and then in the sky there's all this diversity, and then I'm seeing the spectrum of the chakras, right? We have the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, we have the heart chakra, and then the puzzle, I said puzzle, maybe your life may feel like a puzzle or a riddle, like you're trying to find the pieces, and as you go through this journey you're meeting people along the way that are giving you clues to a bigger picture, broadening your perspective as well. Your guides have placed you in this specific season, or they've been assigned to you. I feel like you have guides that have been assigned to you specifically to go and venture into a realm that you're not quite familiar with. This is pretty much telling me your life has been turned upside down in order to receive some type of spiritual enlightenment. But in order for you to understand why you've been chosen for this purpose, why you've been chosen for this journey, they need you to receive the enlightenment directly from source, directly from God first, in order for you to then take that enlightenment, bring it back down to humanity, and then cast that or spread that message or spread that word to the rest of the world, right? So it's like you're an observer of humanity right now. You're being guided to be an observer of humanity. And when I turn the card this way, it gives me like vines. I'm seeing painting. All right. So they are also telling you like a mural. You're like a multi-dimensional perception. The way you see things, or you will come to see things, will be like multi-duplicated. I feel like there's youth here, there's young energy here, there's this type of dimension. Okay, it feels like a bridge as well. But what I was trying to describe, it's like you've come down or you've incarnated into this time where a lot of the things and the answers that you're looking for is already inside you. Your heart chakra houses all of your multiple lifetimes. Because I'm also seeing kryptonite. So love may also be your kryptonite as well. You may find that that when you're in love, you feel weaker, or relationships may scare you, but you may be called to be a role model or a representative of what healthy relationships look like when it's based off of the enlightenment that you receive from God, when it's based off of a purpose, when it's based off of a higher calling. You can get through anything together. A lot of times people try to connect through the root chakra with a counterpart, and it can become very confusing. But you're on a journey. Your spirit guides have guided you to embark on a journey of enlightenment first. So this way, you're able to experience a high vibrational relationship, a high vibrational unconditional love space where it's not the name, it's not the title, it's not the renown, it's not the rewards or the accolades from a 3D fleshly superficial perspective. It's the inward parts. You will be able to recognize the presence of God in your counterpart, and the relationships that are meant to stay in your life. You will feel as if God has touched them, or God resides in their inside of them. So what I'm seeing here is your spirit guides want you to use your senses during this time. Connect from a psychic medium or a psychic intuitive space where it's like, okay, each individual person represents a tree. Very ancient beings here. You have a soul tribe of ancient beings. Okay, I'm seeing Care Bear, I'm seeing rainbow spectrum. Not saying this has anything to do with like LGBT. It could, but what I'm seeing here is you have a wide range of perspective. You are someone that can, you can hang out with the Christians, you can hang out with the Baptists, you can hang out with Pentecostal, you could go to Buddha, you can really be around a lot of different walks of faith and beliefs and not feel like your connection with God is being wavered. Your intimate relationship with God is being shaken, and your spirit guides have really shown up in this reading to help you make sense of everything. They're really helping you like see the exact direction. Okay. What does a tree do? A tree is something that's rooted, and it's something that ages like fine wine. It's something that grows with time. So I feel like your spirit guides see you as somebody that's meant to build something that will become legendary, build something that will be for the future generations, even after you have transcended off of this dimension, out of this planet. There's a lot more coming from this card, but they want me to pull your tarot cards, which is very interesting, Power 2, because this may be a representation of how they handle you when it comes to your spiritual journey. They may thrust you a lot into situations, or thrust you into changes that you're not quite ready for. Hold on, let me drink my tea. I meant to say coffee, but I said tea. So you may witness a lot of conversations. You may sit in a lot of rooms. They want you to learn to be an observer during this time. They see you as somebody that likes to know what to expect. You like to know what plans God has for you. You like to know what God wants you to do. And at this season, God just wants you to be an observer. Let God take you where God wants to take you. Okay. And in that space with the 8 of Pentacles, you'll know what you need to create. You see how in the 8 of Pentacles, she's covered herself with a cloak. There's a spider here. This is reminding me of Pocahontas. And so you may need to spend a lot of time in nature. So if you've been drawn to nature and you just been feeling like, you know what, I want to go outside and create, or I want to paint, or I want to just do certain things. And again, the tree here. Something is deeply rooted inside of you that wants to come out, and your guides are here to help you focus on this work or this mission that you have. Especially if you're someone that's always trying to avoid a disaster. You're always trying to make sure you don't rock the boat. You want to be politically correct. All of that's about to come down. The Tower. And if you've been avoiding it for some time, this is a confirmation from your guides that the potential that they see in you, they already know what you're capable of, because they've witnessed you perform these wonders in many lifetimes. You are either a devotee or a devout person of service to the Most High. And each and every single one of you, that relationship is going to be expressed differently. One thing about God is God works in mysterious ways, and you would be surprised. This is not going to be anything that you have ever been able to. This is not going to be anything that's ever been done before. But your guides are saying you're the one meant to do it. You're going to change the fate of humanity. You're changing the fate of humanity. I'm seeing you bring success into a certain area or industry. And it has something to do with youth here. I feel like with this enlightenment, there's a big gap in between like it's telling me that the root chakra, well, this is home base. I'm seeing something about home base and technology. And there not being a clear path for God to communicate directly with the youth because of the disconnect between technology and being rooted in core values and principles. So God is going to use your vessel to come down in the flesh and to commune with the chosen ones or the future generation. Through your interaction, through your networking, through your purpose in life, though the youth will be able to experience God in the flesh, but it's not just in one person anymore. It's in multiple roots. It's going to be in multiple mediums, multiple prophets, multiple chosen people, and they're going to hear it from the grapevines. And these are the great spirits that have incarnated. Ancient beings are being resurrected. And so your guides have a contract with you to see you through to the finish line all the way. But something about this is different. Like normally ministries will go out and go seek people out. God is placing you in a position where you're going to be moving, traveling, mobile. Right? But instead of forcing it or like going door to door, person to person, it's like you're going to be strategically stationed around the world, just expressing love and bringing that enlightenment down to humanity. And then the youth is going to be drawn to you because they feel because they feel as if you aren't forcing them. You aren't trying to control them, but you've created space for them to feel like they could be themselves around you. And that is like the straight path. And you're going to have a lot of wisdom inside of you. This is very powerful, Power 2. They're going to feel like they know you, and y'all are going to be age differences apart. But they're going to feel like they know you. So this could be preschool, the youth in some capacity, community centers, programs, outreach programs, resources, all those different things I'm seeing coming up just off this card alone. Yeah. And it's time to get moving. All right. This is your season of great victory. You're going to be propelled forward. It's like a pioneer. Your guides see you as a pioneer. And if you're worried or you're afraid to put yourself out there, they're going to help you get over that. They're here to help you get over that fear so you can get moving again and start your purpose. Power 2. How do your guides see you? Something about a sticky situation. Okay. You may have found yourself in a sticky situation. And it's like, how do I do this? Oh yeah, these yellows and orange. And you see how the essence is inside of her. And it's like like God and you are going to be working very closely together. And this is a trust. This is a walk of faith, a walk of trust. Four of Pentacles in reverse. You're meant to be someone that takes risk. You're meant to be someone that isn't hung up on things of the past. You are someone that's capable of transmuting your experiences into success. Yeah, the Ten of Swords in reverse. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Let's get your other card, and then we're going to unpack this. Okay. Let's see. You don't look like what you've been through. Something isn't supposed to be so easy for you. It hasn't been easy, but it appears as if you always get what you want. It appears as if no matter what you've been through, you always bounce back. You have strength inside of you. The things that you're capable of accomplishing this lifetime is because you carry the essence of the lion. Royalty is inside of your DNA. And I feel like you have a mate here with the Strength card. You have a divine counterpart that is going to lift you up and reassure you. And they're going to create the foundation that allows you to thrive. Especially if you are someone that's accustomed your whole life to having to save up and having to come up with the funds yourself, come up with the resources yourself, and if you're accustomed to always having to figure it out by yourself, this counterpart that you have is meant to be your chariot. And so allowing this counterpart to adorn you, allowing this counterpart to appreciate you and to let you walk in your purpose without worry is what your breakthrough that you're meant to have. Yeah, you're not meant to work for anyone. Eight of Pentacles. And I feel like at some point you may be going through this right now when you're guided to this reading, where you may feel like, I don't know how this is all going to happen. How am I going to fulfill my purpose? How am I going to see these wishes into fruition? If you're not working yourself, if you're not doing all the hands-on manual labor yourself to bring in the funds, you're not meant to bring in the funds that way. Even though you're accustomed to working hard to achieve it, that says a lot about your character and your tenacity and how you are willing to work hard. So God knows that you're willing to work hard. You're willing to work multiple jobs if you have to fulfill your purpose and your mission. But this is a walk of faith and trust that there's nothing to worry about. I feel like you trusting that your spirit guides have your back is where you're about to go, because you're meant to experience miracles, wonders, where it's like, I don't know how this opportunity came to me, but it just showed up. And because anytime that you make a decision to choose the choices that don't feel stable, that don't feel like you can't see how it's going to manifest, that's the path you're meant to go down. That's the choice you're meant to do. If this is a business partnership, right? You may not see how it's going to work out because maybe y'all have different belief systems, right? But there's an element of spirituality here with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. The spiritual realm is going to open doors for you, but you have to let all your worries go. Your spirit guides can see that you are worried about how you are going to pull off certain events and pull off certain, it feels like events. It feels like events, ceremonies, classes, pop-ups, and things like that. You may find yourself in a situation where it's like, I don't have enough money in my savings account to really see this happen. How am I going to do it? And it feels like random strangers are all going to be guided together to banter and bring in the resources necessary. They're going to be drawn to your spirit. They're going to be drawn to your essence of how much strength you have. And that's where the power resides. That's where the ashe is. That's where your divinity is. And that divinity is going to be monumental. It's going to be inspiring to so many people that are also afraid of their potential and afraid of asking. Okay. A lot of this with strength is also being obedient to seeing the silver lining, even when it appears that there isn't one. And so right now, your spiritual team is saying your season of betrayals are over. Your season of working hard are over. Yet you still worry about how you're going to make ends meet or how you're going to see certain things into fruition. Even though the sun is in reverse, even though at times you may have down days, it's because you're moving with a different essence. You're wielding a different power. It's in your divine feminine, your creativity, your visions will never perish. So your reading is very straightforward. The more comfortable you become not knowing is where you will experience the presence of God the most, where you will get to witness God moving in your life. And it's like you're going to be experiencing great favor without you having to exploit yourself, without you having to compromise your values and your integrity. And that's the chariot that you will ride on. It's giving me the Chronicles of Narnia as well. You're like Lucy. A lot of people may not believe what you believe, or they may not be able to see the vision that you can see. But Aslan appeared to Lucy long before other people like her brother and her sisters that would be able to recognize that she was really connecting with Aslan. And even when they felt like Aslan was dead and he was gone and he wasn't going to resurrect, you still felt the spirit of God. You still felt the spirit inside of you, always communicating with you. And so that's supposed to be the strength that you pull from on your darkest days, even as you're going through the forest or you're going through the thick of any situation, to cast out that worry, to cast out that fear. So I feel like you're about to be networking, being put on a platform as well as what I'm seeing here. They want you to see that in yourself, to experience. They want you to meet more people so you can experience what other people see in you. So like your spirit guides are going to use other people to experience your essence. And the more that they experience your essence, it's going to reassure you of the God that resides inside of you, the spirit that resides inside of you. And you're going to remember who you are. You have this ability to bounce back from any life experience. And so getting out of the house, getting out of your comfort zone, you're going to challenge those that come encounter with you. to get out of their comfort zone. And it's going to be like a natural ripple effect, a domino effect. Just meeting you one time is like experiencing God for the first time in a long time. And it's like, it's going to be something that people can't ever forget. And I see you could be having tea parties, you could be having events in the house. But it's like, even though you feel like, oh, I have nothing else to do except be in this house, I have nothing else to do except to get comfortable with this new experience, it's the door. This is your door. This is your house. I feel like your sanctuary. You are being like a mural. A mural is being made out of you. God is using you as a mural of excellence. And you're meant to wield this strength and this power with grace. They want me to pull a card here. Wow, you would not believe what just came out, y'all. Trust, bliss. I see you communing with God a lot. Okay, spending time with the Most High a lot, and being in the sun, being in the spotlight, getting out of your fear of stage fright. It's like God wants you to be naked. And when I say that, I mean spiritually naked, like heaven, right? In heaven, Adam and Eve were naked. It wasn't about what they wore. It wasn't about how they were appealing to the superficial eye of humanity. It was about them not having any fear. They could be naked without worrying what anyone thought of them. And so getting back to that essence is where you currently are right now. And you're going to see a lot of things changing about you. And your spirit guides want you to know that that's how you've always been seen by God. And that's how God wants you to be received by the rest of the world. You do not have to change who you are or mask who you are to save other people from being uncomfortable by your light, to spare other people from being uncomfortable with your truth. Because when you walk with this type of trust and blind faith with the Forest card here, you're never weak. And so the kryptonite is about your weakness, right? It's what disempowers you. What is meant to disempower you is also what you're meant to perceive as your empowerment. So the very thing that you feel like is your weakness is meant to be your strength. Whatever your weakness is, let's see what your weakness is, pile 2. Sir, what is pile 2's weakness? It's like you don't want to be perceived as being nonconformist. You don't want to be perceived as being someone that's so strong and such a fighter to the point where you turn people off. All right. Your divine counterpart will not be turned off by your strength. They are meant to boost your ego and tell you, no, you are meant to use this Midas touch. And I feel like you are afraid to ask for much. Okay. Because you don't want people to use you. But you will great power. Anything you ask for, God is going to provide. I'm telling you. We have shadow attribute with Midas. Hoarding money and emotions. Obsessive fear of losing your wealth. So in these situations where you're being asked to trust God, you're going to go through experiences where maybe you lose your job and you're like, I don't know how the hell I'm going to manage my bills and my responsibilities, pay for my house, my lifestyle without a job. What if I go through struggles? I don't want to go back to that. Right? So it's like in this space, it's like, I don't want to have to ask people for help. I don't want to have to turn to people that I couldn't trust before. And so your weakness is that when you feel that fear of losing everything that you've built, you tend to want to hold on to what you have out of fear that you won't get more. And that lack never belonged to you. Use this time and this season wisely to confront that fear and to turn it into a light attribute rather than a shadow attribute. Light attribute says entrepreneur or creative ability to turn anything into gold. Delight in sharing life's riches. So this is the strength that you actually wield, right? Your lifestyle is about to be your wealth. So if you have a lifestyle where you get to stay home and you have someone that's taking care of you, this is the time where you explore your entrepreneur creativity, your ability, right? Whatever you do currently right now where it lights you up, I don't care if it's painting, cooking, cleaning, you're meant to record and make content and share just how much God has blessed you with this time to be able to do what you love while someone is caring for you. To live in such a way where you don't have to save money, you don't have to hold on to it. You can take whatever blessings God give you and bless other people in their lives. And so when people ask you, how do you do that? How do you stay empowered? How do you feel like you don't know where the next dime is coming from? You may not know where the next stability is coming from, but you have that much blind faith in God that you know God will make a way. And as you explore this entrepreneur journey, they want you to share life's riches with the world. Look how much God has shown up for me by me just simply trusting. And I do see you being able to have those conventions. You may start off by doing all of this creativity from the comfort of your home. Straight up. And I do see someone taking care of you. And it's like the more that you trust in God, the more that your partner and your spouse will continue to be blessed by God as well. Be open. Yeah, it's time for you to step out into the spotlight and embark on this new journey. You're curious. Especially if you've been in an introverted journey for a long time where it's just been you and God communing. And you're like, what if I put myself out there and I'm not received by certain people of certain walks of faith in life? That's okay. Eventually, they will look to you for inspiration because they will not be able to deny the light that's inside of you, the God that resides inside of you, no matter how much they want to. And so you're not meant to go and be a part of someone else's gigs or be a part of someone else's convention or someone else's ministry or someone else's walk of devotion. You're meant to create that lane for yourself, and because God wants to utilize your purpose differently. So you're gonna have to take a chance on you. You're gonna have to bet on you, the God in you. So we have guard your energy in reverse. Yeah, it's time for you to put your guards down. And the Four of Pentacles, you could have been drawn to another pile if you did. This is a confirmation for you as well. With you releasing whatever you're holding on to. Like, I got to hold on to whatever I have out of fear I won't get more. Or I got to hold on to the experiences that I had out of fear that I don't want to get back to that. Like, you've been using something that you went through in your past as a source of power, and God wants you to replace that previous source of power and put God in the place of that strength. So if you've been using your hardships and your heartbreaks as a conduit to help you push forward and never give up on yourself, God said, remove that, clear that out your system. Place my light, place my love for you, place my connection that I have for you where that void once was. And I promise you that you'll never go hungry again. I promise you'll never fall on your face again. As long as you keep that, you remember that light is where your source of power comes from, not the things that you've been through. And you don't have to have all the answers, and you don't have to explain everything to everybody else. And you don't have to know what's going to come, or if someone's going to hurt you, or if someone's going to betray you. If they do, God will remove them out of your life. But because you're so potent right now, your spirit guides need you to see that you have the ability to let your worries manifest hardships into your life. If that's where you give the focus. If you become worried and curious that someone is doing something, you are the manifester of that misfortune, not God. And that's because you let fear plant its roots inside of you. And then when it festers, you're looking like, well, how did I get to this point? It's because you let that one seed take up too much space. So that's what I have for you, Power 2. Your spirit guides want you to see how powerful you are, that you have the Midas touch. And if you want to create the life for yourself in alignment with your soul's purpose, use your divinity. Use your spiritual essence that you carry with God. Maintain that relationship, and God will remove every obstacle out your way. I love you. I'm sending you lots of love, wisdom, and guidance on your journey. Until next time, bye, Pal 2. Hi, Pal 3. Welcome to the channel. If you guys are new, I get this sense that a lot of you that will be drawn to Pal 3 may be new viewers. It just came as just like an intuitive nudge. So I want to personally welcome you guys. But for those of you that aren't new, that doesn't mean that this message isn't for you. But I do feel as if you, as a collective Pal 3, something about laser focus. All right. No matter what distractions, no matter the thorns, no matter all the different things that you could possibly do, there is one particular thing that you have in mind. You have a one-track mind. You have laser focus. That's what I'm seeing here. That's what I feel. And you're trusting your primal instincts. You're going back to nature. I'm also seeing you dress differently as well, changing your looks as well. You have a target market in mind. You have a lane, an avenue. You're a trailblazer as well, Pal 3. I am sensing a big harvest for you. I'm seeing your aesthetics change. I'm seeing the way that you eat change as well. For some of you, I'm seeing going into like eating more grains, or just eating more natural things that are going to sharpen your vision, sharpen your intuition, and it's going to really feed your spirit. It's going to feed your soul. I'm also seeing you like with at a drop of a dime or a drop of a hat, your ability to shift perspective, your ability to shift from one decision to the next decision is going to be very concise. All right. It's like you have your spirit guides are inside of you. Your spirit guides, the Most High, your ancestors, all of them are speaking to you, and they're like pointing out places to go, people to talk to, things to do, and you are not questioning them. You're not doubting them. You have a one-track mind. You're also hunting something down, and it feels like what you're hunting down is the vision that you've been shown, the vision that you received in your dream, the life that you have been shown that you're meant to experience. They actually want me to use a different deck for you guys. Let's see if I can get it. So something about a mirror image. Okay. I don't know what about this mirror image is so significant, but it's like, I heard now you see me, now you don't. So I feel like they see you getting so focused on how you want to be perceived, how you want to be remembered, that you're able to look at a mirror and trust. Because like when you look into a mirror, from the mirror's perspective, it looks like you're doing one thing, but really you're doing another, which is also like, now you see me, now you don't. You know how to manipulate. You know how to use the distractions of the world as an optimal time to pursue a goal or to pursue a desire. And once you have figured out what exactly you're doing, you're going to do it repetitiously. I'm just seeing like all hands on deck, repetitiously seeing it done. And it's going to reap you a massive harvest. If this is like a gym goal or a health goal, I'm just seeing you like in the gym, like focus. That's what I'm seeing. And so your spirit guides are like, they're inside your head, they're inside your body. Like you walk with these spirits, like great, massive, primal spirits. Like your head is in the zone. The light is inside of you, and you are wielding that power. You are following your intuitive nudges. You are seeing the signs and synchronicities, and you're just like, yep, next one, getting it done. And it's like, people are going to ask you, like, do you ever sleep? Do you ever get tired? And it's like, because you got the spirit inside of you, you never get tired, because you're not utilizing your energy. God is utilizing you. Your spirit guides are utilizing you. I'm getting hyped just talking about. I'm getting hyped with you, Power 3. Yeah, I told you something about the mirror. You are not letting what people say about you detour you or distract you from what you are meant to be doing. You know the cognitive dissonance that you deal with. You know the cognitive dissonance. You know that you an animal. You a savage. You're barely even human because of that wisdom that you walk with, because of that. You have like an old soul. It's very primal. It's very ancient. And when you look at yourself, you see that spirit inside of you. God damn. You see it. So your guides no longer have to sit on the outskirts to try to communicate to you. You transcended that experience. Your guides are no longer right underneath you trying to remind you to remember who you are. You've allowed the essence, you have allowed the spirit to reside inside of your home, your crown, your chakra, and you have this psychic in tune connection with the divine. And so when you look in the mirror, you see God reflected back at you. And you know that there's a spiritual war that's always trying to dim the light or dim what's inside of you. A lot of people are ashamed of their flaws. They're ashamed of their shadow. But you know that there are equal parts to a whole. And so the parts of you that you don't like is also you. The parts of you that you do like is also you. The parts of you of your potential of who you could be is also you. Where you've been is also you. So you've integrated all those things. And now you have that as your arsenal. So people that have addictions, people that struggle with integrating their light and their shadow, that struggle with remembering who they are, you act as the ultimate mirror to those people. And when they look at you and they criticize you, you know that they're criticizing themselves because they can't see who they really are. This is deep. 3 of Swords. The 9 of Coins in reverse. Wow. The Tower. The 9 of Coins. This hasn't been an easy journey for you, Pile 3. The Emperor. This hasn't been an easy journey for you. For a long time, I'm seeing Beauty and the Beast here. Okay, we got the Emperor and we have the mirror that he gave Belle. You've loved greatly many times in your life. However, you've also have had dark days, and you've also have had a lot of patterns that you have worked really hard to change. One of the things about the beast in that story is you get to see how he has evolved. You get to see from an animated perspective how he once perceived life in a very non-negotiable type of way. He once perceived life in such a capacity where there was no one above him, right? No one could get this person to do anything that they didn't want to do. It took a curse. It took the curse of superficiality. It took the curse of all the darkness that was passed down to him ancestrally in order for him to be able to see, in order for him to be able to choose who he wanted to be. I really genuinely believe that the beast had the opportunity to choose. He could choose to be just like his forefathers, or he could transmute those experiences and that pain and experience the vitality of his life again, and come out of that shell and come out of that isolation or that lone wolf journey. And he could allow someone into his home, into his heart, and that shared psychic, something about you sharing an experience similar to each other, right? Belle was very lonely as well. When I say lonely, she wasn't lonely in the sense where she felt like she was missing something. She had a love for her father, and a love for wisdom, a love for reading stories and intellect. I really feel like Belle was very psychic and very intuitive as well. She could just sense what did and didn't work for her, and she wore that with pride. And she came across a lot of people trying to change her. She came across a lot of people trying to tell her who she needed to be. You need to get married so someone can take care of you. You need to settle down. You need to get your head out the clouds. You need to get your head out those books. You need to get back in touch with reality. But she was in love with who she was. And even if it was one book a day, and even if it was one, checking out one book a day and reading it, and still doing her chores, and still being single and being on her own, she was happy. And so that path intertwined with the beast path, and him being able to witness her do what she loved on a daily basis, despite the circumstances, is what allowed him to see that he too had a choice. He too could choose to be a beast, or choose to be gentle and open his heart. And he also was very protective of her. But the greatest act of love that the beast gave to Belle was letting her go. Right? And then giving her a piece of him as she, went off to do what she loved. It was like he gave her the mirror so she can always know where to find him. And that's kind of like the tale that's old as time that I'm seeing here. And so I do feel like your guides can see that you missed someone, Pal 3. Your guides can see that you have a lot already. You have a lot of abundance. You have a lot of wealth. You have a lot of success. I do feel as if you've had to let someone go time and time again when it comes to love, and you use your career as a way to hyper focus on your personal goals, and as a way to distract you from love and to continue moving forward. Pile 3. But your guides can see that you miss this person, you love someone, And so it's like your guides are asking you if you're ready to like come out of that tower, come out of your daily routines, and really focus on, thawing out your heart. This feels like you thawing out your heart, you letting go of that curse that you'll never find love, that curse that you'll never be able to have love, and you can only have a superficial level of love with someone. I genuinely feel like there is a bell to your beast, or there is a beast to your bell, but the both of you have to trust, and the both of you have to make time out of your busy schedules, out of your repetitious schedule for each other. And your guides they can see that you do desire to do that. Something about nulling the pain until the time is right again. So you are trusting that your guides will make a way. I feel like there's two people here that's trusting that their guides will make a way. And so in the meantime, you may use divination, or you may use like looking in the mirror. You may wonder how the other person feels. When someone's sad, when someone's happy, when someone's angry, and y'all check in on each other. But it also hurts to be alone or to be without each other. I'm seeing like two people have a very ancient, tale as old as time type of connection, and you guys long to come out of the season where you are obsessively missing each other and you're able to see each other again and connect. I feel like there's going to be some type of resurrection. That's what I'm seeing here. It's like a resurrection. Your heart is going to beat again. That rose is going to, even though this is a thorn in your side of having to go through this season, your hearts are about to be resurrected. And it feels like, once you get a taste of this, you ain't going to want to go back. Okay. I feel like, I feel like you and someone else have found the one pile 3 out of all the people you've ever dated, out of all the encounters you've ever had. The thing that's going to confirm that both of y'all are meant for each other is neither one of you will push each other or force each other to love one another. You will never force each other, no matter how much you could will that power over another person. Y'all would never do that to each other. Y'all will never tie your hands to each other in a way where you're giving ultimatums on it. Or if you don't love me, I'm not going to be with you. Or if you don't do what I say, I'm not going to do it. Like, y'all have changed so much. Yes. It's like, yes, you could spell over each other. You could seduce each other. You could manipulate the sun, the moon, the mountains, and the rivers, but you won't hurt each other in that way. And that speaks volumes about the both of you. You're willing to wait on each other. I'm hearing that song. Y'all will wait on each other. Y'all not giving up on each other. And I feel like something about 3 weeks could be significant. The past 3 weeks could be significant. The past 2 months could be significant. You're coming to the end of a difficult cycle of no contact in a particular way. And you got your eye on the destination. I mean, you got your eye on, like, you focus. There is no distraction. Oh, damn. Someone bang on the door. Look at this status. So you could have, like I said, you could have be someone, like I said, of great power, of great status. The both of you, y'all are like equal divine counterparts, pile three. And we have order here. There's a time for play. There's a time for work. There's a time to be practical. There's a time to focus. There's a season for harvest. There's a season for planting. And if you look here, the both of you have really worked on your ego. You've really worked on a lot of your addictions, pile three. Your guides see the both of you working very hard to walk in your divine purpose, to walk in your divine light. And even though you guys miss each other with the Three of Swords, I don't feel like this is a space of pain as in betrayal. I feel like the Three of Swords comes from like, I know we can't be together because we have to focus on the schedule. We have to focus on our career. We have to focus on our purpose right now. But I will wait for you. I'm not going anywhere. Oh, this is so sweet. And I feel like there's a lot of people that want your attention, that may be saying negative things about you. And that's because whoever you are, pile three, you have a one-track mind. Or you have a one-track mind. All these options that you have here, you only light up for one person. And this person is innovative. This person has their creator. Okay, she has imagination. All right, she's inventing the first car. There's a strong Aquarius energy, expansion. You guys know how to go through seasons of isolation and not be distracted by other suitors or other options. And this has been a test. If you're hurt, okay, you could be, your spirit guides can see that you've been testing someone, testing to see if someone can tell the difference between the season. I feel like you may be a spirit guide yourself that is aiding the transition or the development of other people. So you may be monitoring. Okay, and when I say monitoring, I'm not saying it from a deceptive way. I feel like you're a protector. Straight up, you are a protector of someone's heart. And there's steps to this. There's a process to this, and it's like you feel divinely guided to allow someone to prosper and develop in their career, develop in their life, seek their independence. And you've been overseeing this person for some time. Could have been 2 years, 6 years. I feel like the next 10 years of your life, things are going to be on autopilot very soon. This is giving me, yeah, like a busy. You're not going to be as busy as you once were. But I feel like you've been creating and working very diligently to bring something into fruition where whatever it is that you're doing, you don't have to work so hard. You have some free time because you have other people in place to make sure that the business is managed. You have other people in place to make sure things are sought after while you are away. So I see you taking a risk with love, and it feels like you're coming in regards to, like, you're trying to help someone trust their intuition. You're working on some things, and you're willing to adapt. You're willing to be more flexible with your time and your schedule and be more fair. The both of you are willing to be fair and willing to see and trust where things could potentially go. I do feel like this Emperor energy, all right, your guides can see that you're really trying hard to be patient with somebody. What I told you, patient. You're really trying hard to be patient with someone. You're not giving up on somebody though, but you're trying hard to be patient, and you feel like, I feel like at some point you may have felt like somebody was testing your patience. Maybe they don't understand how something goes when they're in the presence of someone of great influence or status. But rather than you trying to stick to that old belief system that, well, okay, if someone doesn't know how to, someone doesn't know how to treat you, or they don't know how to be on a particular level, it's like you're willing to teach them. Yeah, something about publicity here. If you were someone that maybe you didn't really desire being with someone in the public eye, or you didn't really desire like your partner in the same field of work as you, or them being so readily accessible to a lot of people, I feel like you've changed the way you normally would perceive that. And you've taken an observer's stance when it comes to observing the character of somebody, and why someone wants to do something. Because I think the beast asked Belle, like why do you want to leave? And she felt like she had to go and save her father. She felt like she needed to go and make sure he was okay. And so that's what I'm seeing here. There's a beast that has looked at a situation very thoroughly, and he or she is changing their point of trajectory of how they would personally dictate a situation or dominate a situation. And they're supporting someone else's purpose, someone else's cause. And they're acting like a spiritual guide in someone else's life. And I feel like this emperor has taken on this role of wanting to protect someone else's heart from being broken by anyone else. Now listen, if this is not an actual physical emperor, for some of you, this may be a spirit, an angel, an archangel that is personally assisting you reach your goals and accomplishments so you don't have to work so hard. They're taking care of you. And normally they may, anytime that you get hurt or anytime that you feel like things have been stopped for you, they work very hard to make it better for you in the spiritual realm. And they put things back in order for you. But I genuinely feel as if there is a physical person that is also like an angel, a messenger. They are an earth angel that wields great power, very, very primal power. And they know that you're someone, whoever this feminine energy is, they're saying that you're someone that doesn't like to be controlled. You know, y'all don't like to be spiritually confined or restricted from being able to express your gifts and your talents and things like that. But I do feel like this next phase in your life, you're going to have something on autopilot as you focus on your own personal health and your own personal goals and your own personal things for yourself. And then you're going to come back out from a different standpoint. But I do see your spirit guides want you to see that there's going to be a period where they want you to remain optimistic, because you're going to be carried and exalted for many to see. You're about to be put on some type of pedestal. You're about to be appreciated. I heard exonerated. I don't know what that means, but you're about to be exalted. And so you're going to be someone very special. My God. But it does look like this is a phase currently. So if you've been feeling like you're missing someone's love, or you're missing someone's attention, focus, I do feel like something right now is in the developing season of its life. And I feel like the both of you have had to work on like retrograde energy to build your body. I feel like the both of you guys are going to desire each other so much. But it's like, y'all remember that scene out of Beauty and the Beast where they were like in the courtyard and they were like planting flowers or whatever, and it was like springtime, right? And they were, playing and being silly, and I think the Beast got like his finger pricked and it hurt. Something hurt. All right. But like, instead of like getting upset, she just was like, oh, you big baby, let me just take this out your hand right quick. That's what I'm seeing here. And it all was better. This could be a simple misunderstanding as well. I'm telling you, I saw Angel come out. Someone may have this type of great love, or this big love is where it's like when they love you or when they have feelings for you, they tend to be a little possessive, or they don't want no one else to experience you. So we have beggar, light attribute, confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. All right, so due to heartbreak, you guys don't necessarily like asking for attention. You guys don't necessarily like being direct. You see how she's covering her eyes? It's like, oh, I don't want to get hurt again. I don't want to ask or be dependent on anybody. And so it's like hard to connect the dots or see how it's all connected or see how it's all going to work out. There's also like snowflakes, which is giving me cold. So when you're going through hardship or you're going through difficult things, it's like you both prefer to wait until that season is over before you try to date, right? Or before you try to invest in a relationship, you try to make sure you're all healed and perfect. But the truth of the matter is, healing is a lifelong journey. So the expectation of feeling like it's something that's supposed to be one and done, or you're supposed to have it all figured out, is a fool. Okay, it's foolish. And so the both of you are learning how to not see that people just want to use you. You're both learning how not to perceive that you are less than because somebody wants to give to you, or that you are weak because you desire someone, So there's that type of energy. We also have storyteller, ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. Somebody wants to take care of someone, but they don't want the other person to feel like they're begging them to want to date them. Someone may have felt like another person denied them affection, love, attention. They may have been flustered over this. They may have been surprised. They may have taken something the wrong way. Somebody's language may be easier for someone to say how they feel through like telling stories or writing books, making vlogs, singing songs, It's easier for someone to communicate their feelings in a way. It's like, instead of telling someone like, hey, I miss you, I want to talk to you, they may make shorts or they may post things on social media as a way to say, I want to see you, but I don't want to say it out loud. And then the other person may feel like they too want someone else's attention, but they don't want to come off as somebody that is needy or somebody that needs constant validation. So they just be patient and wait for that person to come back to them because they don't want to be perceived as someone that is chasing. There's this, two people don't want to be perceived as someone that is chasing, but neither one of you are really chasing anything, but y'all just are trying to be perceived by the other person as perfect. And that's really control. And with the order card, yeah, it's easier to have that type of control and really look at things and only want people to see the best parts of you. But if you know the story about Belle and the Beast, they really bonded more on their bond, really developed from being vulnerable with each other. One of was more reluctant and the other person just had to be patient. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here, pile 3. Neither one of you can, speed up the process. But both of you guys have a tendency of wanting to heal other people and neglect yourselves in the process. So y'all both are givers. This is what happens when two givers come together. When two givers come together, it's hard to take or receive anything from anyone else because you're used to being the giver. But this is why your spirit guides feel like you guys are a perfect match for each other, because y'all equally give. Now you both have to learn how to equally receive. Let's get your closing cards, shall we? I feel like y'all are curious to see where this can go. I'm seeing she loves me, she loves me not. She loves me, she loves me not. She loves me. Okay, y'all may have seen that before. Y'all may watch a lot of movies as well. Movies may be something that you both connect through a lot. Yeah, we have alignment in reverse. So your spirit guides can see that that this connection, you guys are you're struggling with trusting your higher selves and trying to run away. I wouldn't say run from it, but it's out of alignment. Your higher self, you and your higher selves are already instinctually connected with each other. Y'all live rent free in your psyche. Okay. But I do feel like you guys have had a period of no contact. And while you're sitting there sipping your tea or your coffee, y'all think about each other. And alignment here is like, will we ever talk again? Am I enough? I feel like the both of y'all wonder if y'all are enough for each other. And it's stemming from limited belief systems. And so your spiritual team wants you to use this time apart to really figure out, why don't you feel like you're enough? Why don't you feel like you deserve? Why don't you feel like you both deserve each other? And wake up to what you guys have. Y'all have a connection here. It was just very shocking that you could want to wake up every single day and talk to the same person and be next to the same person. And when that break in communication happens, it makes you feel a little insecure. But that's normal. We all go through phases of insecurity. It just requires communication. Wow, channel. Told you. Animal energy. And then we have the animal. Are you kidding me, spirit? Look at y'all prideful beings here. So we have animal energy channel. Y'all are going to really know how y'all feel about each other by trusting your instincts. You're going to have to trust your instincts on this one, guys. And see from within. Get the validation from within. Oh, y'all are some gentle spirits. You see here? Tiger. I feel like there's a tiger that is trying to heal and open up to love again. You make someone feel very vulnerable, pile 3, or pile 3, someone makes you feel very vulnerable. And y'all are scared shitless. I feel like one is more scared than the other. Appreciation here. Letting love in can be scary. If love has scarred you before, you won't do the same things to each other. Not in the same way you're worried about. It's like, can I find myself loving someone this greatly again? I think you can. I think that's what this is pretty much saying. They see it in you. They see it in someone else. But you got to be able to see that as well. That you have to be able to see that mirrored back into you, that you deserve it. Let someone else love you. Let them in. All right, pile 3. Those are the messages that I have for you from your spirit guides. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, pile 3. Well, pile 4. We have officially arrived to your reading. We're going to be taking a look to see how your spirit guides see you, how they think about you, what they think of you. And so I'm really curious to see what comes out in your reading, Power 4, because I really struggled. If you guys watched the intro, I really struggled with saying Aletheia. Okay. Y'all saw me struggling, but I thought this was very interesting. I was extremely curious and excited to get to your reading. Okay, so we're gonna break this down. I had to do some research. This one gave me a little challenge. All right, so I looked up Aletheia, and it brought me to unconceitedness, unconcealed, yeah, unconcealedness, unconcealed. Oh my goodness, unconcealedness. I think that's what they're saying. All right, so this is Aletheia. All right, this is the feminine name this is a feminine name from the Greek Aletheia, which means verity and unconcealedness. All right, born by the Greek goddess of truth, Aletheia speaks of the divine talent to dodge trickery and see reality in all its transparency. All right. Aletheia in the Bible represents truth. In John 17:17, it's a Greek word which means reality, the manifested, unconcealed essence of a matter. So pretty much what I'm getting from this, just from the meaning, is that this represents truth as well. When I see the light in the shadow, okay, this is telling me a rose in Harlem grew out the concrete. You know it ain't sweet. All right, so this is giving me self-made energy as well. So your guides feel like you are someone that you've been in the dark. You've transcended from the dark into the light. You are someone that has made lemonade out of lemons. You're also someone with a keen sense of intuition. Okay. And I'm also picking up the Midas touch here, or something about you is very rare. It's like gold. As bittersweet as something may be, I also pick up on this energy where it's like you have to see both sides of a person. If someone tries to come to you and they only want to show you their good side, you're going to naturally and intuitively know the truth about that person, whether they want to tell you everything or not. At some point, it's a requirement for you, Power 4, to know exactly the good and the bad about a person, a situation. You are someone of truth. So truth has an unbiased approach. Okay, so we see how we have the dark and the light. You understand that people are capable of doing bad things, even if they have had a easy journey. And then there are people that are capable of doing good things, even if they had a bad journey. So it's like your level of perception is so wide. Your level of the way that you're able to perceive light, the way that you're able to perceive experiences, it isn't one dimensional. It's something that is, you take every situation for what it is at face value, which allows you to see multiple different possibilities, potential. So that's why you have a wide range of kind of like being, because I'm seeing the plus sign, and when I think of the plus sign, this reminds me at a crossroad. Hold on a second. Sorry about that, Power 4. So your guides are pretty much saying that you are someone that can help people navigate at a crossroads, major life decisions. You're able to help them see clearly both sides of the coin, both spectrums of the light, and then offer them a plethora of options. The rose also reminds me of that Christ consciousness. So there's a double-edged sword to this type of gift that you possess. Let's get your tarot cards, because I feel like it's difficult for a lot of people outside of your spirit guides to really know what your intentions are or who you are at the core, because you don't necessarily have a definitive type of, how some people are, it's either this or that. You're kind of like, well, it could be this or it could be that. You take a very unbiased, objective approach to life because you've seen, like I said, good people do bad things. You've seen bad people do good things. And you understand that everything is about choice. Everything is weighed at a fork in the road. You can either go north, south, east, or west. It depends on the matter. What is the core or the root cause of the matter? And so that's why you're very just. You may work in the justice system, or you may be a mediator. Okay, you may be good at talking people off of ledges in extreme situations. I'm also seeing phone operators, customer service. You may know how to diffuse situations. You have this like it's like I can't even say the word. In extreme circumstances, people may panic. The average person may panic or become frightened due to the distractions of the extreme circumstances. But for you, it's like a series of unfortunate events. When you're in the middle of an extreme chaotic situation, your mind opens up. Something happens to you psychologically where you start to see multiple ways out of a situation or multiple ways to, solve a problem. Skin a cat. You know what I'm saying? Those are the sayings that are coming to mind. Your spirit guides are kind of letting you know that the way that you see things are unique. You've loved and you've lost. You're like a rose. Beautiful in nature, in portrait, but you fought many battles that have required you to be the beast, or to be like, you've had to make decisions according to the circumstances throughout your life. And so they see that you've been faced with many obstacles and many challenges, and you had to be the judge of those situations and weigh them in the balance. Not always fair from some people perspective, but always true. It's always the truth. So you may be very blunt as well with your honesty, or even when you know the truth, you may give people the opportunity to reveal it on their own timing. So it's also giving me a gentle approach as well. It's really a straight line with you. Okay, people feel like you don't really give a lot of wiggle room. It's either this or that. But the truth of the matter is you're always going north or south. There's always a third choice that's being offered to you. The universe just opens doors for you to see things in multiple ways. Okay, so we have the 7 of Wands in reverse. The 7 of Swords in reverse. Ooh, nobody can lie to you. Power 4. We have the 4 of Coins in reverse. I think a lot of people feel like they can't lock you down. They can't tie you down. You always know the next few steps that someone is about to take. You're very unconventional. You're like a free bird. How you have all these 7 of Pentacles? You will never invest in a lie. You have to know the truth. Power 4. You're just hardwired to have to know the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help you God. The Tower. You may have been drawn to another pile. All right. If you were, this is only a confirmation. You don't have to be. But I do see here the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Like I told you, there's that decision. You will never be broke another day in your life. You will never invest in a lie. You would never allow yourself to fall in love with a lie. You are, as uncomfortable as the truth may be, you are someone, power one, that will always check yourself. You will give yourself the necessary reality check before you go all the way down the line and so into a situation and allow yourself to believe that someone is anything different than what your intuition tells you about them. Page of Cups, Page of Swords. And I feel like you know that a lot of that people are intrigued with your intuition. They're like, this is giving me romance energy. You know that you attract a lot of people that are intrigued with your intuition, and they will research you. I get this vibe that someone has done their research on you. Someone has looked you up. Someone has really gone out of their way to kind of catch up. It's like they know a lot about you, and so they want to date you, but yet at the same time, the only way that you've been able to get to know this person is by you listening to your intuition, right? And so I see, dang, okay, this card want to come out. Okay. You desire the type of relationship with someone, powerful, that isn't trying to pry into your life, or pry in, like, you want someone to pick up the damn phone and communicate to you like a normal person. Okay, there's something about your experience of you kind of being tired of people trying to do their research on you to avoid stepping on your toes, to avoid like tripping up your intuition, to avoid you seeing the bad in them. Like, you have dealt with a lot of situations where people have done a lot to try to avoid you perceiving them in anything less than the light. Okay? And I feel as if you have a desire to require a person to invest differently when it comes to you. You don't want someone that is so much in the spiritual that they tap into you so much psychically and spiritually that they never have a face-to-face conversation with you. You never get to just read a book together and do the simple things together. You know, because this book is making me think of, like, that's the I'm stuttering. Somebody may stutter. That's the point. That's the purpose of building a friendship or a relationship, where you guys can just talk for hours and communicate and share the same love for topics, books, philosophy, and there's no resentment, retaliation. If you guys have a misunderstanding, you talk it out versus taking things the wrong way and then retaliating. I feel like your spirit guides are saying you're sick and tired of having to defend yourself all the time against people, romantic partners, platonic partners, because you're pretty much an open book. And so when people want to, pour into you or have you pour into them, it's like they try to control the conditions of how y'all get to know each other, or the conditions. And it's because they're trying to avoid some type of disaster when it comes to you. They're trying to avoid some type of, like, triggering you. So they come really trying to be perfect, or they come trying to say the right things, do the right things, so they can be seen as worthy in your eyes, or seen as valuable in your eyes, or seen as someone that can sees them for the good. They want to be perceived as good by you, whether you are aware of that or not. You have 777, which is divine numbers. I feel like people view you as knowing everything. You have a special relationship with God. You may be very psychic, intuitive. They can't hide anything from you. And so they feel like they're already at a disadvantage. And so your spirit guides are always making you aware that that people that come towards you are trying to like do a lot to please you or woo you in a way by trying to say all the right things, do all the right things, which makes it hard for you to really connect with people or relationships from a purely platonic, no intentions. Because really what these people don't understand is that when they do that, they trigger your intuition. Like when people come towards you and they've already done their research and they've kind of looked at who you are, what you're about, and they try to get an idea before they communicate to you, your spirit guides has already told you, like, hey, listen up. There's a person over there that's going to reach out to you. I'm going to start giving you signs and messages right now that this person has this intentions. And so when they come and talk to you, they feel like you have set them up to fail. Like you've set them up to fail. You've set them up to never be perceived as an equal counterpart or a suitable counterpart to you. And that's not even the case. It's the fact that they, instead of just walking into the room and saying hello and having a human conversation with you without trying to do so much homework on you, they wouldn't have tripped off your intuition to begin with. So the reality check that they get from you isn't that they see it as, oh, I was just trying to figure out what it is that you like, or I was just trying to figure out a way to pursue you. Your spirit guides is not allowing people to pursue you. They see you as someone that should be pretty much unapproachable. And it's very, very interesting to me how this is playing out, because like I said, you see how with the page of cups, in this image, their back is turned and they're focused on painting their stars. And look at this. The stars that this page of cups is painting is coming from the page of swords. And so someone is psychically, giving you a lot of things to keep you busy and to keep you occupied and to keep you from being able to entertain suitors. And because this page of swords has done their investigation on what you desire and what makes you happy, you hold a special place to this page of swords heart. So there's some type of secret admirer or someone that admires you, and they have kind of projected into your reality from their psyche into yours, and they keep your inner child thoroughly busy and thoroughly busy and fulfilled. And so nothing pretty much outside of like the mysteries and the wonders that is being given to you, like your cup is full, okay? Your inner child is extremely occupied. You see the crescent here on the heart? Then you have the crescent being projected here. So from this person, from their psychic ability into this page of cups psychic ability, your inner child is in love with someone already, and they've been communicating with this person spiritually. Your inner child is very much active in your life, and I feel like your inner child knows this other person's inner child so well that when your inner child meets this other person's inner child, your inner child is going to give you a confirmation that that's the person that they've been communicating with. It's like y'all inner child has been playing together for centuries, or y'all always find each other through your inner child healing work or something like that. And so your spirit guides is look at the cup here. I'm telling you, as long as your inner child is happy, as long as your inner child is this happy, your inner child will do things to assure that anyone else trying to like bring you a cup of love or romantically pursue you. This is a pursuit now in a romantic way, that they'll have a very tall glass to fill. They'll have a very large shoe to fill, and it will feel like it's not enough. Or like they're trying to trick you and they're trying to take your love away. So I feel like you are a woman or a man that's in waiting for a particular soulmate. And if this is not an actual soulmate, then you may be you may have a spiritual spouse. Or hell, your inner child done ran off and is in love with something or someone. Take it how it resonates. So it's like, you may feel like people are intimidated to give you a try, or they have like this thing where it's like they ghost you or they disappear. One minute they're interested in you, the next minute they're like, nah, I'm good. Yeah. I told you, you are a woman or a man in waiting. You being delivered to someone. Okay, you see publicity, optimism. The Ace of Cups, the only thing you're gonna have time for is to pour into your own cup until it is time for you to go and meet someone specifically. You hear what I say? That's what I see here. Nobody will be good enough. You see this? For some of you, this may be like an actual spirit guide that has a fleshly body. Oh, wow. Versatility. Yeah, you will not be doing a whole bunch of tricks and performing wonders for the average common person. You're high value. You're in high demand, and you are reserved. You are claimed. I don't know if you are aware of that. You know how I was saying the cross here? All right. I don't know if you POW 4, you may be drawn to Loas, sigils as well. This looks like a portal. This looks like a portal. Someone has drawn on your heart. And again, she's looking away. Cupid has struck its arrow. You don't have a choice. 777. Oh my God. This you got 7. Look at the angel number 777. You have a divine counterpart. I don't care what nobody say. Something to do with your like I told you, you are the third choice. You are the third choice. You have a great purpose in life, and you're not meant to be seen or to be mingling with the likeness of random people. Even if you are single, You were made, if you went on a journey, like, you don't even have to keep people from trying to talk to you or trying to approach you or you trying to stand up for yourself. They get detoured from somebody long before they try to even come towards you. And somebody wants you to know that you're theirs. They've already claimed it, marked their territory. Sheesh. Or you're their responsibility to see you through a threshold or through a finish line. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. This is you walking through a portal. Your life is about to change. Now, the 5 of Coins in reverse, your spirit guides, you're being taken from one dimension into another. You're time traveling, portal jumping, whatever you want to call it. In this next dimension, you will live a lifestyle that is not of the poor, not of the shadow. You will be a rose that has been grown in the concrete jungle of whatever dimension you came from. And you're going to be plucked from that concrete and planted on fertile ground. Power 4. Your spirit guides want you to see that they need you to see that you're royalty. They need you to see that you are magical, that you possess great power and authority in your DNA, that you are a mythological creature. You're a warrior. You're a starseed from another dimension. You came here to walk in the shoes and to be a recorder of what humanity has endured here on earth. You have gone through karmic lifetimes as an earth angel that has seen the injustice from more than one perspective. Now you will take this information and you will report it back to the Most High. Okay? From there, before karma is served, before justice is served, you will be completely out of ground zero. So they need you to see that you are being removed from some type of demolition, ground zero, community, establishment that will come to its knees. Okay? Power 4. It will not be pretty. It will be a public humiliation. It will be a public demolition. It will be a public... There's going to be some type of public... I don't know if this is like sacrifice. Like a loose end is being handled or something like that. And as that is being dismantled, you're being delivered to take the place of some other powerful influence or powerful position. You're about to be exalted into some type of leadership position, and you will judge. You are some type of justice league, but you're fair. And so everything that you've witnessed it's been documented. It's been recorded. It's been written in the stars this way. And now that your time is done, now that you have completed your investigation or your observation, it's time for you to shed your old skin, change identities, move across the country, build somewhere else, build something differently. This deep. This is deep. Pile 4. There are like all these roses here. You have a rose here, a rose there. You have a rose over here. I mean, yeah, because I feel like people are trying to invest in you to get you to bend over backwards for them to settle. It's because they want you to stop being able to see something. They want you to stop being able to fulfill your purpose. All right. They're trying to stop you from getting to your divine counterpart as well. You're meant to shed light to a patriarchal system that's been unjust, to the rose, to Christ consciousness, patience. Ooh, this is gonna be like a domino effect. Patience. Patience, Will Robertson. Kundalini rising. Ignite your passion for life. Oh my God. Interpretation. I don't see you doing if you're like an interpreter of palmistry, or you're an interpreter of, it's like you're gonna go from interpreting into, you're gonna be the walking 22 master. You're going to be like a master example. Yes, Kundalini awakening, Christ consciousness, the experience. You are the experience. Golly, shoot, you are the confirmation that God is present. And so everything that is happening right now in this phase of your life is being revealed to you. It's being revealed to you why you have been invested in for so long on your journey. Why, since you were younger, you left home. Why you went through all these experiences of karma. Why you had to go this route. Why was it, there was more than one path. Why did you choose that path? All of these confirmations are about to come directly towards you. It's because you had to see both sides of the spectrum. You had to see the good and the bad. So when it came time to be a fair judge, or to make a good judgment call on a person, place, or thing, you would be able to do it from an unbiased perspective. You would be able to do it because you have perceived all possible routes that something can go, whether it be of light or dark. So you see the way, you've seen the end. You've reached the end of the story. You've seen the way the story ends. And so you're embarking on a new chapter in your life. And I feel like you're about to reveal you're about to reveal your divinity to the world. You're going through initiation. I'm telling you. You have initiation. They want me to read this card. Clarity. Look at these angels. Can I get one more card? Nature. I cannot. This is the revolution. You need a revolution. Look at the stars. The revolution. Okay. You're about to go real life. All right. Things may have been seeming as if you were living a simulation, out of body experiences and things like that. But you're about the next chapter. Oh, you won't be reading about it or dreaming about it. You're going to be living it. So the only thing you'll be able to do in that next process is because you're going to be living it. That means someone else is going to be telling the story. So you're getting a promotion. Especially if you're truth seekers, you're being promoted to another position, another role in the tapestry of life. But you incarnated here to bring clarity, to give the divine a closer look, a up close and personal look at the injustice here on the planet. Oh my goodness. Hold on, let me read this card, initiation. All right. I feel like everyone is meant to play their role respectfully. And this is 44, so we got 44, 22. Wow, all these master numbers. This entire reading just made me hungry. Okay, so we have Kadam Marwa appears upside down, hanging from a sturdy cannabis plant root. This suggests she is channeling through her feet rather than her crown. What the fuck? I'm done. Do you know what it means to channel from your feet? That means every step you take moving forward, your feet, your experience will be the way in which you capture and you record. And look at the feet here. And just you being present. You see the feet here and then the feet there. And so, okay, let me finish going. Channeling through her feet, then her crown. Her hands are unseen. Now you see me and now you don't. That's the energy I was picking up on. And her face is serene and graceful. It is time to accept yourself for where you are and who you are in this life. The woman is tied up with a added Shibari element to represent surrender, and that she is accepting of this period of reflection. Quadambra appears when you need to flip your perspective, stand on your head, invert, simply get upside down, and then look at the present moment. Are you noticing things you haven't seen before? You are independent, and sometimes that means following your heart despite what other people think of you. Quadamarwa expresses that it is okay to be vulnerable sometimes. Perhaps you are living according to the expectation of mentors in your life instead of living life firsthand. I'm going to repeat that. Perhaps you are living according to the expectations of mentors in your life instead of living life firsthand. It is time to return to Sapta and take responsibility for the vibrations you're sending out. This card can also appear when you are being too hard on yourself. Surrender brings many rewards. If Quadam Marwa, oh my God, this sounds so crazy, appears to you, it is time to ask the following. Can I see this issue from another perspective? Can you see this issue from another perspective? So clearly there's an issue here, and you're being asked to see it from another perspective. Ooh. So one thing is for sure, especially for those of you that have a fear of like commitment, or you have a fear of giving up your free will or your freedom for like submission, if you struggle with submitting to another person or in relationship, or you have a fear of relationships, or you don't believe that you're capable of being able to have a relationship because of your past or where you've been, things like that. So this is definitely a perspective of changing your value in your perspective of lack. Your perspective of lack, abandonment, any of those wounds, and transferring it into abundance, prosperity. Even though you may have come from those experiences, even though you may have been, divorced, or you may have had, situationships, no matter what your journey was. Maybe you just had a platonic relationship. Maybe you have no children. Who knows? Clarity. No one else is going to be able to tell you what to do in this situation. Interpretation is saying not a reader, not a intuitive, not a Bible, not God is going to be able to help you see this differently unless you choose to break that karmic pattern of belief that's limiting you from knowing all, being all seeing, all knowing. All right. We also have revelation with sorcery. How can you express your freedom in other areas of your life? Have you even thought that far? Or do you only perceive that you could be free by not being in any type of committed relationship? You know what I'm saying? There's something that happens that's meant to happen from this initiation, but they need you to figure it out. That's what your guides are saying. And you to come up with, use your imagination. Use your nature, your true essence of creation, and create a way for yourself. Okay? And then build and prosper and be proud. Clarity. We have Tasapta. And it says, Tasapta sits on the stage at a musical concert. He has carefully planted seeds and is ready to tend to the garden's growth. Tasapta, long brown hair flows out from his crown made of rose quartz, and his smile shows off his carefree attitude that no one is going to stop him from enjoying life. In his hands sit the scales of justice, symbolizing healing knowledge of the true checks and balances of the universe. He has been to the other side of the wheel and walks both in the spirit realm and in the physical realm. He communes with the cannabis plants, spirit of many reasons, and can lead you to find out what programs you are repeating that are not benefiting your life. The truth is relative to your perspective. And there are always 3 sides to every story, both sides and the truth. Tasapta will be quick to play devil's advocate to show you that he sees no right or wrong and only seeks the truth. You are responsible for where you are, and it's time to be honest with yourself. This card appears with the suggestion of legal decisions or counsel in your favor. Take up the space and fight for your voice to be heard. If Tasapta has shown himself to you, ask yourself, have I taken responsibility for all my choices? Dang. And then we have choice here as well. So yeah, this is about, that's the initiation. And let's get nature. Let's see, Osusi 96. All right, 96 says, Osusi is known as the magician of the forest. Shooting left-handed, he stands tall, drawing back an arrow on his bow. At his feet are forest plants, including the sacred cannabis plant. Osusi teaches that plants offer spiritual cleansing through herbal baths, jewelry, and remedies that can show us collectively and individually what the future may hold. His body is sculpting as a hunter and tracker, with bright blue accents on his dark melanated skin. The tips of his arrows are blue like lapis lazuli. along with the feather atop his head, an entire crown piece that sits with a large lapis on his third eye. Nature will provide symbols at every turn for you to gain more insight. If this ain't trust the process in its full totality, I don't know. Okay. But if you've been asking why this and why that, the reality check here is definitely going to be in your initiation, you getting uncomfortable. If it makes you feel comfortable, then that's not where you're meant to go. If it makes you feel uncomfortable, well, that's where the adventure is. So why wouldn't you go towards the adventure, right? There's something about with sorcery. You have the answer. You can turn something into something else. You know what I'm saying? With inhaler here, this is pretty much like the card of saying, kind of like how technology has evolved to the point where something that would once kill you this is the sorcery of it. You can create something that will kind of like, is it a placebo? Is the aerosol, albuterol, or whatever contents in the inhaler actually the cure? Or is it something that tricks the mind and allows the person to perceive something uncomfortable as not being able to breathe as a choice to believe that it's saving you? That's the placebo effect, right? So whatever you're giving up, you can find it in a more healthier way. You can indulge in something in a more healthier way. If this is, you into a relationship, you can still do what you love in a different way. There's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one way to do what you love. Okay? Especially if there's other things that you've always wanted to do. Right? What about going from, reading the book where now you write the book or you become the writer? What about going from a person that purchases the herbs into now you're creating your own herbs? You see how that works? And so that's you pretty much alchemizing your experience without you having to compromise your integrity and still hold on to a person, place, or thing out of fear that you won't be able to sustain your life. So reality check all over this reading. I don't feel like you're meant to be codependent. I feel like your heart carries the blueprint. Unconditional love. Even if you do not have, this may be revolved as well around a connection where there's no actual physical marriage title or something like that. It could be very unconventional, and you may be wanting to explore that connection and just love that person and go on great adventures together. And it's like, you can still have that, but you have to be the one that perceives it, where no one else can tell you that you're settling for less because you don't have a marriage degree. You know what I'm saying? You live in your life the way you want to, and it's golden. So for Pile 4, you are being encouraged to divine your life in the way in which you choose to experience. It's only your journey. Only you can walk it with those feet. Okay, you got the vision. Trust your heart. All right, Pile 1, I'm sending you lots of love with Pile 1. I don't know why I said Pile 1. I'm sending lots of love, wisdom, and guidance, Pile 4. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next pick a pile. Bye-bye.